There he is. Caught many amberjacks over the years myself. Honestly, we usually don't end up keeping them, or our friends sell them commercially. I'm gonna spray them off real quick and let's dive right in. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna dive right into this, and what I'm gonna do is make a cut right here behind the pec fin. And you want a really nice sharp knife to get the job done here. And you can see how I just angled that all the way up to the head. See that? Make it as far up to the head as you possibly can. So just make that nice cut behind the pec fin, and then work it up to the head. Turn the knife around, and follow the backbone down. And these fish get up to 100 pounds. This fish is one of the hardest fighting fish pound for pound. They fight from start to finish. So you can see now that I'm just working that knife with nice long strokes down the backbone. You see that? Look at that meat. Oh my gosh, looks amazing. A lot of people don't like to eat this fish because they're known for worms. They're known for tapeworms that live inside the muscle of this fish. And that kind of freaks people out, freaks me out too a little bit. But mainly these worms are usually found in the tail section of this fish. So if that bothers you, you can just cut that out. A lot of my friends actually too, some of the captains we fish with over the years will keep these amberjacks and they'll give them to the soup kitchens so they can make soup, and they sell them commercially, like I said, around the world, around to different restaurants. They're great, tasty, sweet fish, not smelly, not fishy whatsoever. So I'm just nice long strokes like you see me doing. And then up here, it's got all these rib cage bones. Try to keep them intact. Looks like I broke through them a little bit. That's no big deal. Like I said, that sharp knife is really key. You see how I'm like also bending the knife a little bit? I like a flex in my knife so I can really get in there and work the knife and get over those bones and get as much meat as possible. Boom! Oh my gosh, look at that. That does not look bad whatsoever. Really firm, like I said, sweet flavor, not fishy whatsoever. Also a really oily fish, and it's great to smoke as well. People love to smoke them. And let's see if we can find some worms. But I don't really see any currently, but let's go ahead and skin them. Plenty of meat to go around. So you can see I kind of left some of this here just because that's a lot of like, you know, muscle and tendons connecting in the tail. I don't really want to eat that. So just what I'm doing is holding my finger here, made the insert underneath the tail here, and now you can see already, before I go any further, you can see how all this red bloodline is on the skin. So I'm going to try to keep my knife up a little bit and not directly on the skin so all of this red bloodline doesn't come off. We'll see how I do. And then I kind of just like to keep my hand underneath it and work it down. And try to keep it next to the edge of the table too so you have better leverage. And I probably should be using a little bit of a bigger blade here to skin it, but I'll make this work. I should probably be using my 9-inch. This should be fine. I didn't do that bad of a job, but you can see I kept most of that bloodline here. Right here started to mess up a little bit, and you can see a little bit of the skin. But overall, I mean, it's perfect. There's not really a mess up. It's just, you know, there's a little bit of skin there. It is what it is. So if you keep it just a little further up, like a millimeter or two up from the skin, you'll get most of that bloodline on the skin and not on your fillet. And right there, you can see a tapeworm. There is a tapeworm. So these guys, apparently they don't, I think I read something about them, but they don't like, I don't know, they suck like the carbohydrates out of the fish, and that's how they survive or something like that. I'm not a scientist, but you can see this worm goes way deep in there. Usually it's by the tail. So we're just going to keep it on this side, and I'm going to get rid of this red bloodline. Just outlining it. Get it out there, and we're going to have nice, juicy amberjack steaks. So excited. There we go. Check that out. There is your amberjack. I'm sure there's going to be more worms in there once I fillet the rest of them up, but I'm just going to cut them up, chunk them up,